Sorry that my season reviews have been kind of delayed. My editor who edited season 2, he quit. He wanted to pursue something else, and that was fine. Although that means that season 3 and onward won't be as high production value without him. However, my sister got this mic that she used for her channel as well, but she lets me use it. So, I'm going to be using it for my channel as well. I sound much better here, don't I? Yeah, I do. I don't sound as quiet. Anyway, yeah, season 3, let's go. Hello, I'm Comic Field, and welcome back to reviewing MLP. This time it's season 3, season 3, season season 3. So, to recap, Season 2 was a 9 out of 10 season, which continued where Season 1 left off. Season 3 will be the last of the original 3 seasons before Twilight's Wings, before Equestria Girls 2013, The Phantom at Tight, and everything is happy. Let's see if cutting the season to merely 13 episodes instead of 26 will be in its favor or not in its favor. The Crystal Empire. A great start to the season. While not as great as Return of Harmony or Friendship is Magic, the episode, or definitely not a Candlelight Wedding, it is still an interesting start. Sombra was such missed potential, though. It's like, dude, he could have been so much better. Also, shouldn't he and Cadence hold Imperial titles? Like Emperor and Empress? I mean, it is a Crystal Empire. Yeah, it's such a pet peeve of mine that in the comic verse, I just straight up say Empress Cadence instead, even though in the show it says Princess. But that's just the overly analytic and staunch monarchist in me. The episode is good, 8 out of 10. Too many Pinkie Pies. My editor can agree with me that, or well, my old editor could agree with me that there's not such thing as too much punk, regardless of the title being blatantly wrong. Just kidding, it's actually a cute and funny title, but it's a great episode. Another good punk episode to remember. It introduces the mirror pull and has a cursed looking G3.5 looking punk. 9 out of 10. One bad apple. Apple Bloom's cousin's coming, and she's a jerk ass. She bullies the CMC and joins the Diamond Tiara and Silver Spoon's club of hating blank funks. Babseed eventually learns that bullying is wrong and joins the the CMC. Babseed, who I think is Italy in disguise, is an interesting new character who only appears in like 2 times afterwards. Regardless, I like the episode, 8 out of 10. Magic Duel. While Celestia is hanging out with some delegates from Saudi Arabia, a country based off an awesome country, Saudi Arabia, with their awesome king. I can't wait to see. Oh, wait. Never happens. Anyway, the episode itself, the Alicorn Amulet, is pretty awesome, and it's interesting seeing Trixie like this. Honestly, it's an improvement from her season 1 episode, 7 out of 10. Sleepless in Ponyville. So in this episode, Scootaloo, everyone's favorite chicken, okay, I'll stop, is afraid to admit Raino Dash that she has nightmares, which leads to some nice chemistry. And the best song in MLP history. 99 buckets of oats on the wall! 99 buckets of oats! Take one down, pass it around, you got 81 buckets of oats on the wall! 41 buckets of oats! Take one down, pass it around, you got 40 buckets of oats on the wall! 99 buckets of oats! Take one down, pass it around, you got 0 buckets of oats on the wall! Good night.
Good night, y'all.
Good night, y'all. Sleep tight.
Anyway, I'll give this an 8 out of 10. Wow. We are only halfway done with the review. Damn. Wonderbolts Academy. I really like the Wonderbolts. They're awesome and they look into something resembling an equestrian military of some kind, specifically the Air Forces. Well, outside the Royal Guards, but every monarchy has them, in fiction and reality. Rainbow Dash is closer to achieving her dream, which I'm all for. 7 out of 10. Spike at your service. This episode is a little lame. It's sort of just 22 minutes of Spike doing everything for Applejack while Applejack easily takes care of it. It's a nothing episode, to me at least. 5 out of 10. Not terrible, but still. Apple Family Reunion. This episode is a sweet and charming one. I like the Applejack family episodes because they're just so adorable and sweet. And hey, Babseed makes her last return until like season 9 or something. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Keep calm and float her arm. The iconic Reforming Discord episode. I quite enjoy this episode and how sweet and charming it is. Well, yeah. And how it is kind of started the ship between Fluttershy and Discord. Flutter Cord, my OTP when it comes to ponies. And my old reviewing every Discord episode video I did a while back, I said, which I may re-upload to this channel one day, I said it was an 8 out of 10, but I started changing my mind. Now I'd call it a 9 out of 10, just for sidekicks. Hey, good Spike episodes exist, and this is one of them. Actually, there are quite a few of them, but regardless, I like this episode because it's funny. It stars the pets of the main six, along with Spiky Wikey himself, and it's one of those episodes that don't really star the main six at all, and it's refreshing in my opinion. I mean, I like the main six and all, but they aren't the only characters, you know. Anyway, 7 out of 10. Games ponies play. The Crystal Empire wants to enter the Equestria Games. Okay, sure, let's also enter Mexico and Canada against the states of the US in a football game while we're at it. Aside from that weird nitpick, this episode's actually pretty cool. I'm not a big fan of Harsh with Winnie, though, but still, found the episode enjoyable. 8 out of 10. Magical Mystery Cure, a fantastic episode. You could watch the beginnings and endings of each season from 1 through 3, and you could have this as the finale, and you'd have a relatively cohesive story. This is a perfect end of the original 3 seasons, ending with Twilight officially becoming a princess of Equestria. Though technically she was already in the royal family through Shining's marriage with Cadence being Celestia's niece, from what I've heard. But still, this episode has a famous What My Kingdom Record is Telling Me song, and I'll say it's a better song. I've Got to Find a Way is also in here. A great episode, and season 3 is only 10 out of 10. Then, here are the rankings. Comparing my rankings of seasons 3 to 2 and 1, you'll notice that the norm in 2 and 1s were 10s and 9s, though this year it's 8s and 7s, with only 2 9s and 1 10. The season was still good, though, and had Magical Mystery Cure, which was amazing. Season 3 is the last of the original 3 seasons, and is still integrated in the classic era from when it comes to G4 content. I'll give the season 3 a 7 out of 10. It was a decent season, I'd say. Subscribe for more horse.